Author and intimacy expert Laura M. Brotherson, host of the Marital Intimacy Show, educates and inspires women to create a mutually fulfilling, intimate, and passionate marital relationship, emotionally, spiritually, and sexually.
Hi there. Welcome to the Marital Intimacy Show, available at themaritalintimacyshow.com. My name is Laura Brotherson. Thanks for tuning in today. Well, we get to talk about kissing today. How fun is that? The title of this episode, number 26, is The Bliss of a Kiss, Restoring the Lost Art of Kissing, Part 1. So let's get started. When was the last time you and your spouse made out? I mean, many couples really have lost that love and feeling for kissing. When we were dating, like before marriage, kissing was an exciting and savored experience. But it seems like sex itself has taken over, crowding out all other forms of physical affection. We need to restore kissing to an enjoyable, favored part of lovemaking and a pleasure in its own right. In this and the next 2 episodes, I'd specifically like to help women learn to love kissing again, whether it's in the course of lovemaking or as a standalone activity. In this episode, we're going to address some of the inhibitors that get in the way of kissing, some of the common complaints. And then we'll discuss things that we can do to more fully enjoy and engage in the art of kissing. Some suggestions for kissing lessons, maybe. I'd love it if we all became expert and intentional kissers and regularly experienced the bliss of a kiss. Now, I'm going to be talking to both the wives who may need some encouragement for getting back into the swing of kissing again. But for those of you who already enjoy it, then we'll get your creative juices going to expand your kissing repertoire and blissful experiencing. So, what are some of the main inhibitors of blissful kissing? We're going to talk about 6 common complaints from wives about why they don't kiss or why they don't like to kiss. And we're going to talk about 3 of them in this episode and then continue in the next episode. So this first complaint is that it always leads to sex. I know there are many women who hesitate to kiss or touch at all because they know it will lead to something else. And that's really frustrating for a lot of women. One of our suggestions later on will help to restore kissing to kind of a standalone pleasure. But it's also important for women to consider if there might be some additional effort that's needed to learn to enjoy what might follow the kissing as well. Some women, and a lot of men, ask what's wrong with it? What's wrong with kissing leading to sex? There is certainly some value in kissing being foreplay for lovemaking. But even in lovemaking, kissing isn't always happening. And there's some benefit in kissing being something that can be enjoyed for its own sake. You know, this really is a responsibility that women can take on themselves to retrain themselves and their husbands to be able to enjoy kissing without it always having to lead to sex. This is kind of a learned association that can be unlearned and relearned. And that's one of the things that I hope women will do here. So a second common complaint is, I can't stand kissing when either of us has bad breath. So this is a pretty simple fix. Make sure you both have brushed your teeth or used mouthwash before an anticipated event, or make sure you have mints or gum or something like that on hand for a surprise opportunity or a spontaneous opportunity. Now on this one, some spouses may not really even be aware that this is a problem. They either don't know that they have bad breath, or they underestimate how much it matters to their spouse. This is something that, if you'll just make a point to discuss this in a loving, positive way. And our third common complaint is, we don't kiss during lovemaking because I'm not really in the mood anyway, and I just want to get it over with. So this is another common one. And sex therapist Dagmar O'Connor notes that Kissing is actually far more intimate than sexual intercourse because when we kiss, we can't depersonalize the experience the way we can more easily if we're just having sex. If the emotional connection isn't there, or if there are relationship issues, it can certainly have a negative effect on kissing. Again, you may need to do some reading and some homework exercises from our book, And They Were Not Ashamed, Strengthening Marriage Through Sexual Fulfillment, if you have just an overall dislike of kissing or lovemaking. The point here is that in some ways, kissing one's spouse can make you feel even more vulnerable than having sex. And that seems kind of paradoxical, but when you're looking into each other's eyes, kissing is just a very personal, face-to-face kind of an experience. So the relationship that supports that kissing experience really does make a difference. So you'll need to think about what's going on in the relationship that might be inhibiting either of your willingness to expose yourself or to be vulnerable in kissing passionately and really enjoying that experience. Well, this is probably a good place for us to break, but we'll continue in the next episode with the rest of the common complaints as well as suggestions to change things up a bit in the making out department. This has been episode number 26, The Bliss of a Kiss, Restoring the Lost Art of Kissing, Part 1, on the Marital Intimacy Show with Laura M. Brotherson. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back real soon with more great insights for strengthening your marriage. Now remember, you can always check in at our website, strengtheningmarriage.com, to learn more. We'd also love to have you join us on our annual Couples Valentine's Cruise next February. So you can check that out on the website as well. We've got lots of great pictures from previous cruises. You'll love it. Until next time, this is Laura Brotherson with the Marital Intimacy Show. Have a great day and make yours a great marriage.